Welcome to Authentic with Brazil 201. I'm your host, Brazil 201, and we're about to talk about what is going to be 8 fucking fantastic weeks of television on HBO. Obviously, we've already had 3 fucking wonderful weeks of television on Paramount Plus with Lioness, but HBO Sunday nights, 9 p.m. are back, and Lanterns is fucking amazing. I have seen the first 4 episodes. I will only do spoilers week to week of what the episodes have aired. Okay. So we're doing just the Lanterns pilot, which is arguably the best superhero pilot of a show since The Flash and The Watchmen show. And I will say, from the first 4 episodes of Lanterns, all I will say is I think this show is better than the Watchmen HBO show. And it is fucking phenomenal that they were able to pull this off. Okay. First of all, this show is basically a pseudo sequel to Friday Night Lights. Okay. Having this show set in Nebraska and our 3 timelines of 06, 16, and 26 is fucking phenomenal. So, yes, this takes place 1 year after the Superman movie. And just for refresher on how things work, Superman reveals himself to the world in 2022. Superman crash landed on Earth in 1995. Rise, the Superman movie takes place in 2025. The Lantern Show has the 3 timelines, you know, 06, 16, and 20 and 26. And it starts off, we're doing, by the way, the parental abuse storyline. Well, the father abuse of Jon Stewart getting shoot with the apples and shit. I don't know if we're gonna see, by the way, at all, if we're seeing his younger sister get abused by the father and everything. And what's great, it starts off in 16 with Hal picking him up about the trainee that the Lanterns have personally recruited Jon Stewart to be the next the next Green Lantern of Earth. But what's also interesting is that Guy Gardner is currently also a Green Lantern of Earth in 2016. So there are currently 3 functional lanterns on Earth, which is great. And this whole situation about, do you know why you were picked? And it's like, because I'm brave and I'm not afraid, and all of it. And, happens. He sets the bubble wrap. What happens is when John takes Hal's ring, he gets a uploaded backup consciousness of the '06 version of Hal. And that Hal was much more nicer and responsible. And by the way, in the first 5 minutes, we get the preview that Hal is Earth's technically first superhero. He reveals himself to be the Green Lantern. And the whole thing is that we are just one of many planets in the universe in '06, which is interesting. The space cops and Earth just accepts this information. Go to 2016. They are at what happened is a mass shooting event in a Nebraska football field. And it's so fucking great to see Kyle Chandler back on a football field, high school football. Because, my God, this show just feels like a sequel to Friday Night Lights. And it's so great because I'm like, yo, Coach Taylor is back on the high school football field. And he's like, I believe these are aliens because nobody is mourning these 4 that are dead at all. They're just there. If it was humans, someone would be there above the bodies, but it's just no one's there. He's like, I believe they're aliens, and the cop, our main human character, Sheriff Carey, is like, look, you have jurisdiction in space. These are not aliens, okay? This is just a normal, everyday American mass shooting about it. And he's like, no, it's not, whatever. They go to a bar, they're talking. Hal forces himself to in jail so he can try to talk to the person he believes they arrested that is an alien thing. Sheriff Carey's husband bails out Hal, and a whole funny sequence happens. We meet Sheriff Carey's father-in-law, who leads a militia of a Make Earth Human Again militia, and how we respect Hal Jordan and John. He did his research. Oh, that's also at the bar. Our boy Jon Stewart fucks this really hot 50-year-old woman, who we later learn is the wife of Sheriff Carey's father-in-law. Also, for whatever reason, Jon Stewart is vegan. Okay. They talk to Grill, and he's like, look, I believe there's aliens here or whatever. And Hal gives this whole backstory about how when the real backstory is when the ring crashed in '06, he got stuck in the bubble, whisked him away, met the alien, got the ring, and all of it in this fucking part of Nebraska again, because apparently aliens seem to always land in Nebraska. Mind you, couple interesting things about it being 2016. We know in 2016 in the DCU. By the way, a Batman should be active at this point because when if we ever get the DCU Batman, he's supposed to have a 13-year-old son, Damian, and they could always make it whenever we meet this Batman, Damian is 13 then, right? But Creatures Commando shows that like a Batman has been active for a while. But anyway, while that's happening about this, um, he gets to interrogate the person he believes to be an alien. So he interrogates them, and they know a lot about it, a lot of information, like main facts, right? Like he seems to be like Googling it in his head. But then he figures like, okay, we're in Nebraska. He's like, who's the president of the United States right now? Barack Obama, right? It's 2016. Obama's president. By the way, it is 2016, people, which means, yo, Trump is president is about to be president in the DCU. I am curious if like in the 17 to 26 timeline, if it went Trump, Biden, Trump, right? Did COVID happen in I don't think COVID happened in the DCU, right? So maybe in the terms of it, it goes Trump, Trump, and then somebody else wins, right? Because it would make sense why we have like anti-alien technology and shit. If we just have like Trump for 8 straight years, right? It makes sense that Earth gets like an alien backlash, right? Illegals aren't the problem. Like illegals in the South, illegal aliens from space are the problem, right? Superman, the lanterns, all these other fucking alien threats that are happening. So they do that, and he quizzes him like, "Do you know who Harry Potter is?" Right? And everyone in America should know like who Harry Potter is, the school he went to, right? That's like knowledge, like similar to like these are questions anyone should know. Like what school did Harry Potter go to, and who is Luke Skywalker's father, right? What was Ash's first Pokemon? What was Ty's first Digimon? What what is the name of the NFL football game that comes out every year? Shit like this that you would just know. Or name a popular high school name like one of 5 popular high school drama shows, right? By the way, I gotta still say, the football thing. So many scenes set on a football, like actually on location, fucking beautiful. Right? Then the alien like knows the entire Green Lantern thing, self-destructs himself about it. Also, Jon Stewart's been going to school with the lanterns, so he knows about all the aliens that can disguise themselves as humans that Earth technology can't capture. Right? Boom, that happens. The bomb, alien suicide bomb goes off. We then flash forward to 2026 in the snow and back in the same Nebraska football field, and Hal Jordan is dead, missing his ring, by the way. At this point, Jon Stewart has his own Green Lantern ring, and obviously Guy Gardner still has his ring. Guy is not the lantern that replaces Hal. We know from information that Mexican chick is also supposed to be in the show, so I assume the Mexican girl is who gets Hal's ring. Right? Hal's just dead in the Nebraska football field. Poor Coach Taylor. I gotta say, show's absolutely cooking. I've seen ahead. Won't talk about anything we've seen ahead, but just from the pilot episode, this pilot episode is as good as the Flash pilot episode, as well as the Watchmen HBO show pilot episode. It's great. We have fucking 7 more weeks of fantastic television. And whenever I get the screeners for the back 4, which I assume what they're going to do is they'll give 3 and not give that final one to anybody and just have that one go out so the spoilers don't go out. But this show's fucking fantastic. Okay. So it is interesting, with the state of the James Gunn DCU, right? Superman was okay. Peacemaker season 2 was good. I mean, Superman was good. Peacemaker season 2 was okay. Supergirl was an objective failure. Lanterns is a certified hit. Who knows about Clayface? Like, will Clayface be good or not? And then there's the Warner Paramount merger discussion. Hopefully, Superman Man of Tomorrow is good. If it's not good, does James Gunn still have a job? Who the fuck knows? Because they've already said they canceled Waller. They canceled that weird Wonder Woman spinoff show that was supposed to do her origin. We still don't know if Adria is actually Wonder Woman. Everyone's just assuming she is. I assume she's supposed to be Wonder Woman, right? And that they'll announce the Wonder Woman movie after, because we don't really know what is happening after Superman 2, like what the DC slate is at all. Like, we're like, okay, yeah, there's Clayface, and then there's Man of Tomorrow, and we know there's the Wonder Woman movie, which is allegedly is after that. No date, nothings are dated, right? And eventually, maybe we get the Matt Reeves Batman. Who the fuck knows? Maybe we get the James Gunn Batman. Probably never. Who knows? But yeah, watch Lanterns.